Understanding repr, function in Python. Repr, evaluatable string representation of an object, can eval it, meaning it is a string representation that evaluates to a Python object. In other words, questions. Why do I get the double quotes when I do repr x? I don't get them when I do strx. Why do I get foo when I do eval foo, and not x, which is the object?
So the name x is attached to foo string. When you call, for example, repr x, the interpreter puts foo instead of x and then calls repr foo. Repr actually calls a magic method _repr_ of x, which gives the string containing the representation of the value foo assigned to x. So it returns foo inside the string, resulting in foo. The idea of repr is to give a string which contains a series of symbols which we can type in the interpreter and get the same value which was sent as an argument to repr. When we call eval foo, it's the same as we type foo in the interpreter. It's as we directly type the contents of the outer string in the interpreter. If we call eval foo, it's the same as we type foo in the interpreter. But there is no foo variable available, and an exception is raised. str is just the string representation of the object. Remember, x variable refers to foo, so this function returns string. String representation of integer 5 is 5. And string representation of string foo is the same string foo.
The feedback you get on the interactive interpreter uses repr too. When you type in an expression, let it be expr, the interpreter basically does result equals expr. If result is not none, column print repr result. So the second line in your example is formatting the string foo into the representation you want, foo. And then the interpreter creates the representation of that, leaving you with double quotes. Why, when I combine %r with double quote and single quote escapes and print them out, it prints it the way I'd write it in my Py file, but not the way I'd like to see it? I'm not sure what you're asking here. The text single and double quotes, when run through repr, includes escapes for one kind of quote. Of course it does, otherwise it wouldn't be a valid string literal by Python rules. That's precisely what you asked for by calling repr. Also note that the eval repr x == x analogy isn't meant literal. It's an approximation and holds true for most, all, built-in types, but the main thing is that you get a fairly good idea of the type and logical value from looking at the repr output.
str is used for creating output for end user, while repr is used for debugging during development. And it's an official representation of the object. Example. From output we see that repr shows the official representation of date object.
The result of repr foo is the string foo. In your Python shell, the result of the expression is expressed as a representation too, so you're essentially seeing repr foo. 2. Eval calculates the result of an expression. The result is always a value, such as a number, a string, or an object. Multiple variables can refer to the same value, as in x and y now refer to the same value. 3. I have no idea what you meant here. Can you post an example, and what you'd like to see?
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.